we'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters.
All right, guys. It's Halloween, and I still haven't carved a pumpkin yet. I carve pumpkins every year. I love carving pumpkins. And for some reason, well, not just for some reason, we've been incredibly busy this year, but still have not carved a pumpkin this year. So we are remedying that today. We are going to be attempting this design. What better way to do Halloween than with a Wolf's World pumpkin? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually try and carve pumpkins with the iguanas. Don't know how it's gonna work, and honestly I don't know if they're gonna sit still for it. We're gonna start with Trace Legace and just see how she does. See if she wants to sit still and next to me while I do this, and I want to see if she'll snack on some pumpkin and just hang out with me while I carve. So we're gonna get it set up and see what she does. So I was very impressed with Trace. She did such a great job just sitting here with me while I carved these pumpkins. I honestly didn't know what to expect from her, what her behavior was gonna be like, but she was wonderful. She just sat there. I didn't have pumpkin carving tools, so I did have to improvise and use a pocket knife. Don't laugh. Let's give her some pumpkin. Ooh, is it yummy? Do you like it? Oh yeah, I love it. My little helper. You just gonna try and eat it directly off there? We have a whole audience here. Evie says she wants to try some too. Oh my gosh. You're making a mess, girl. You want to try pumpkin? She was perfectly happy just to sit here with me, enjoy my company as I enjoyed hers, and she was very curious about where I was putting those pumpkin seeds. She was very curious as the dogs came over, didn't know quite what to think of them, but still sat very patiently. And at some point, Jerry rolls up and asks me to put the chickens away. So I end up having to put Trace back into her enclosure to go put the chickens up, but it'll give me another opportunity to take out another iguana after she gets put up. And you know what? We might have to go put the chickens up, but we can also bring the chickens some pumpkin guts. Jeez. Oh my gosh. So then we bring out Frank the Tank Sinatra, such an awesome rhino iguana. This was actually the very first time I had set him on a surface out without me holding him, and again, he did fantastic. And in typical Frank fashion, he was far more interested in getting pets than he was trying the pumpkin at first. He really loves his attention. Frank, are you just gonna hang out just like this while I'm carving the pumpkin? You don't even want to try any. I just want to be pet. That's all I want. I just want to be pet. Alright, well, if you do decide that you want some pumpkin, there's a heap of it right in front of you. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Yeah, get that piece. There you go. There you go. That's cute. I'd rather have pets with it. So Frank was definitely more than happy to sit on the table with me as I carved this pumpkin. I also realized quite quickly that the bottom of this pumpkin was actually rotten. So my ambitious idea to try and do a Wolf's World pumpkin was quickly smushed, and I ended up having to resort to a classic pumpkin design. Frank is definitely a fan of pumpkin. He really, really loved sitting there getting to nibble on pumpkin and throwing some back in my hand, surprisingly. We both want Frank to be as social as he can possibly be. We want him to be an animal that can interact with kids and young children. So sometimes I like to condition the animals to just kind of be okay with ridiculous things, and as long as they seem comfortable, then that only helps to socialize them even more. Now, the young female rhino iguana is a different story. This was also the first time I had ever taken her out on her own. You can see she's just a little nervous. I didn't want to take my hand off her and risk her running off, so she ends up quickly going back into her cage. All right, we're gonna see if she's more open to the idea of it now that she's sitting up here. Look, girl. Try it. Aw, Frank's sitting so tall. Don't want to try it? Give it a bite. There you go. Oh yeah, yummy, yummy. Yummy pumpkin. Iguana approved. We'll see if Angus wants to eat some pumpkin in his cage. Come on, buddy. Come on, bud. Oh, jeez, buddy. The answer is yes. He most certainly does.
What do you think of pumpkin, Angus?
You like it? Oh my gosh. Why is that so stinking funny? No.
Glad you like it, bud.
I end up bringing Frank out one more time. He seemed to enjoy it so much the first time that I wanted to give him a little bit more outside time. And of course, he just goes straight back to enjoying some pumpkin. He gets a little bit more socialization, and of course we made sure to save the pumpkin seeds because that's one of Jerry's favorite things, is roasted pumpkin seeds. Frank did decide that he was going to appoint himself as head of Pumpkin Patrol and made sure to give my pumpkin a very thorough inspection and decided that it better served as a ladder instead of a pumpkin. Thank you, Frank. I would say all in all, it ended up being a very successful day with the iguanas. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. We will see you soon, and happy Halloween!